Wendy, 4 main points in your wish list. Take us through them.
Well, the first one, and I think that, as a civil service union, extremely important to us, is the issue of the AAs.
And that's one that's been a long-running issue for you.
Well,
with the whole AA issue.
Well, actually, the AA issue has been a long-running thing because from 2015 we had the recruitment process that was stalled. Then we had supply workers taking up the posts, and then when those were going to be filled, we had a lower number than what we expect to take. So it has been a long-running saga. But what has escaped me in that saga, what had escaped me was that the ratio of the two grades have changed remarkably from 2011 to 2020. That's the last exercise that we did.
Perhaps that's brought about by the changes in the workings of the civil service itself.
Well, I mean, we could agree to disagree on the causes of that. Of course, the administrative assistant grade is the lowest grade, and further up is the administrative officer grade. Now, there was in 2011 a commitment by the GSLP to keep the established complement the same. In fact, we had carried out a big exercise, we looked through all the estimate books just to make sure that that had remained true. And I had looked at the total figure, and seeing that the total figure was okay, I had thought, okay, that's it. What had escaped me is the fact that the ratio of the two grades has changed considerably. So, in 2011, the number of administrative officers was 283. In 2020, it was 257. There were 5 administrative assistants in 2011, and in 2020 there were 34. But the work has remained the same. When the AAs come to me and they say, look, we're working over and above job description, we're doing AO and occasionally EO work at, with the remuneration of the administrative assistant grade, when you look at the numbers, actually you see that they have a very good point. And
so that's one of the biggest for you, because we're limited on time, and I know you've got 4 very important points as well.
Absolutely.
Britannia workforce. You're seeking to transition them from a private company to that of a government-owned company.
Yes.
In the news as well, they've just extended their contract by 7 years. Is that right?
Yes. I mean, this was actually not, a surprise or a secret. This actually came out round about the end of May. This has not been, again, when we, the TUPE transfer from Master Services to Britannia came through, we actually did come out saying that we wanted a government-owned company, and then, there was a bit of a sea change from the membership, and, we accepted the TUPE transfer, and we accepted going into another private sector company. But having lived through all of those changes, and every time that there's a new contract with government, there's a fixed time period. Everybody knows that at the end of that fixed time period, there's going to be uncertainty again. This is the working reality of the Britannia workforce. These are the people that have been cleaning our streets, some of them for over 25 years. It's about time that they were given the stability that they need. And for anyone second guessing this, or always think about, look, would this be an employment situation that you would want for yourself or your children? And if it's not, think about and support this, because it is important to all those workers and their families.
Another of the issues, health and safety, asking an incoming government to carry out health and safety checks of all government-owned buildings, no doubt prompted by the situation with the social security workers not too long ago.
Yes, and that was a very difficult one. That was, we were having, because of the ingress of water into the building, there was electrical failure in the building. We were having plugs exploding. There were whole light fittings crashing to the ground. A whole ceiling had fallen in.
So you're seeking those standards. Everything's checked. When an important one, the last one, I don't want you to leave that one out before we run out of time.
Yes.
Customs officers, in a nutshell, what are they asking for?
Well, what they're asking for is certain allowances to be taken into account with the government contribution to the contributory pension. As is the case with other law enforcement agencies, they just want parity with that.